Listen to that silence. That is not a soundtrack. That is what it sounds like when Earth disappears behind the moon. For centuries, we saw the moon as something calm, a pale light in the sky, a silent companion, something familiar. We called it peaceful. But peace can be an illusion, because the moon has another side, and that side is nothing like the one we see. Imagine this. You are flying around the moon. Earth is behind you, always there, always watching. Then slowly, it begins to fade. The blue light disappears. The signal weakens. And then, nothing. No voices. No connection. No way back. You are no longer part of Earth. The moon is not hiding. It is locked. Locked in a gravitational bond with Earth. It rotates but perfectly synchronized. One rotation matches one orbit. This is called tidal. Locking one side always faces us. The other never does. A permanent blind spot in space. For thousands of years, we had no idea what was there. No images, no maps, nothing. Until 1959, a spacecraft, Luna 3, slipped behind the moon, and what it saw didn't look right. No dark seas, no smooth plains, no familiar patterns, just damage. Craters on top of craters, stretching endlessly. It doesn't look calm. It looks attacked, like a surface that never healed. Billions of years ago, everything was different. Earth was burning, a molten world, flooding space with heat, and the moon was much closer. One side, facing Earth, stayed hot. The other froze too early. Its crust became thicker, stronger, sealed shut. So when impacts came, lava could not escape. The scars remain forever. But some scientists believe this isn't the whole story. Maybe a second moon once existed and collided with the far side, fusing into it, leaving behind a distorted face. We're still not sure. And that uncertainty is where the fear begins. Now, we are going back. Artemis II, a mission led by NASA humans, returning to the moon. But this time, they will go behind it. When they cross the edge, communication ends completely. No signal, no connection. Just silence, total silence. For those moments, they are completely alone, further from Earth than any human has ever been. Listen carefully. What you are about to see is not imagination. This is a simulation, a reconstruction of reality. The exact view 4 astronauts will witness during Artemis II on April 6, 2026, the moment they come closest to the moon. A virtual camera follows their path, not an estimate, not a guess. The real trajectory after translunar injection. For nearly 8 hours, they will move behind the moon, not around it, behind it, on the far side, where Earth disappears. The observations begin 45 minutes later. Planned, calculated, uploaded to the spacecraft just hours before. Everything already decided. They will travel inside the Orion spacecraft, a machine carrying them into a place humans have not reached in over 50 years. At 6,545 kilometers above the lunar surface, they reach it, the closest point. Paracynthian. This is where gravity takes control. The moon bends their path, pulling them around its far side and throwing them back toward Earth. The same maneuver once used by Apollo 13 when survival was no longer certain. But there is a difference. Back then, they flew low, only 251 kilometers above the surface. Now, they are much higher, high enough to see everything, the entire moon, in a single frame. Not a horizon, not a fragment, the whole world. From this distance, it looks small, like a ball you could hold in your hand, a basketball floating in the dark. But that illusion is dangerous, because this small object controls their fate. And then, they keep going. Farther away from Earth than any human in decades. 406,740 kilometers. A distance that breaks a record held for 56 years by Apollo 13. Farther than anyone since Apollo 17. Farther than safety. Farther than help. At that point, Earth is no longer a place. It becomes a signal, a distant light, barely visible in the void. Everything they have ever known reduced to a dot. And in that moment, they realize something. This mission is not just exploration. It is a test of distance, of isolation, of survival. Because once you go this far, there is no quick return, no rescue, no second attempt, only one path, forward, through the darkness. Outside their window, a world without familiarity. No patterns they recognize, only shadows, deep, unnatural shadows, stretching across ancient scars, a surface that never faced Earth. We've mapped it, we've photographed it, but we've never experienced it. Like this, not in silence, not in isolation, not as humans, looking directly at it. And maybe that changes everything. We thought we knew the moon, but half of it was always missing. And now, we are finally going back, not just to see it, but to understand what was always there.